Hello everyone, welcome back to a brand new Mario Kart Tour video here on the channel. Today we are going to be ranking every single Mario Kart Tour track that is currently in the game right now. 2020 edition, so it's going to be all the tracks throughout 2019, 2020, and that's it. And then I'll probably be making one every single year with all the new updated tracks. So, we've got a lot of tracks to cover today. We've got, I think, 52 on this list. This is a custom list that I made, and I haven't decided if I'm going to let it out to the public or not, which I might, or if I don't, then please leave a comment down below if you'd like to have this list. So, without further ado, let's get started on with the list. So, I have S, A, B, C, and D, as always for every other ranking video I do. And I've got all the tracks, which means all Nitro and all Retro, and even the current ones like Rosalinda's Ice World, Airship Fortress, New York Minute 3, like all that stuff. And Mario Mountain. Like, I have all the tracks in here, every single track. What tracks I will not be including in this video, which is the RT, R, and T tracks, like those tracks will not be included. Only going to keep the original tracks. So let's get started on with this video, and make sure to like and subscribe if you do enjoy, and if you haven't already. So today's going to be a pretty fun video, and also, if you do not agree with me, then please leave a comment below about that too, because I'd love to see what your guys' lists are. And let's get started on the video now. I don't know why I kept saying that. So let's get finally started on with it. So first track we've got is N64 Calamari Desert 2. Now, I'm pretty okay with this track. Like, I actually love the track a lot. But at the same time, it's pretty short and it's hard to keep combo on. But I'm going to be ranking these tracks by how much I like playing on it, not by like combos or ranking or anything, like rank cups and stuff. So this track is okay, but there's nothing really too like big about it. It's just literally a train track long way, and there's nothing like there besides coins and a train. So I'm going to give this one a strong B. It's like half and half. I mean, it's pretty good, but at the same time, it's not fully there. Like, it's not fully good enough for it to be S rank or A rank, but it's a pretty decent track. None of these tracks on this list I actually don't hate. I love every single track on this list. I mean, one in particular might not be as good as the others, but every single track of any Mario Kart game I usually love playing anyway, no matter how horrible they are or they may be. So I think the next one we might have is London Loop 2. I need to make sure if this is actually London Loop 2. No, it's actually London Loop 1. So London Loop, I think this is my least favorite city track, but honestly, still love the track. The music is banging good, and the track is pretty decently long, and that's the kind of Mario Kart tracks I like. So I'm gonna give this one a strong B too. It's a really good track. Some things I just don't like about it, but it's kind of a little long, especially in Mario Kart Tour. But I don't know. I kind of like the track, and I kind of don't like the track. It's one of those mixed feelings about that track, kind of like Calamari Desert 2. So, wait, was that London Loop, or am I just getting confused now? I thought I just saw, that's London Loop down there, isn't it? This is London Loop. What is this track? Wait, I need to check this for a second. Yeah, this is London Loop, and this is London. Did I download two different versions of London Loop? Okay, I don't think I did. I might have. But I'm going to put this one in the same spot because I'm pretty sure that's the same exact track. And then this one down here is London Loop 2. So I'm sorry about that, but I must have gone confused and downloaded both versions for some reason. But anyways, okay. Now we've got Los Angeles Laps. Now this track, in my opinion, is really good. The music is pretty weird, but this track I absolutely do love a lot. It took me a little bit to get used to liking the track, and honestly, I really like it. So I'm going to put that up in A rank. It's a pretty good track. I'm kind of sad that it still hasn't returned, but that's kind of usual because they don't usually bring city tracks back too often. But Los Angeles Laps, really good track, and can't wait to see what the second one's going to look like because it's going to be really amazing. Next track we have now, Mario Mountain. Now this track is really, really good. Probably one of the best winter tracks in my opinion. So I'm going to give that one actually a strong S. I love this track so much. It's no joke. The music, top tier goodness. And then we've also got the beautiful, beautiful city inside of the beautiful, beautiful town inside of the track. That is another great example of how good this track is. I just absolutely love it. There's just no words for it. Probably in my top 3 bestest winter tracks. No joke either. I just love the track a lot. Next up, we've got New York Minute 3. The problem with this track is that it's good. Like, it's a good track. It's just very, very short. It feels like maybe even shorter SNES track short. That's how short this track feels. But at the same time, this track is really fun to play on because you get to go through a subway area, and then you get to go around back to the normal city part. So I'm going to give this one a strong A. It's just that one little thing that messes it up, which is that it's way too short. Especially on 200cc, it's way too short. But everything else about it is really, really good. So now next up we've got the original New York Minute. The original New York Minute is the thing that started Mario Kart Tour all along. And I'm going to have to give it a strong S just because of that. And also, I just love racing on it, and we haven't been able to race on it for almost a whole year now, since most likely New Year's Tour is going to be the next tour, and we haven't been able to race on it. Well, hopefully it will return next tour, or at least very, very soon, because it's been over a year now. I'm just hoping it just returns very, very soon, because it's a really, really amazing track. Next up, we've got Paris Promenade, oh my gosh, I think I keep messing this up. I think I keep messing this up somehow. Wait, did I? Wait, maybe this is Paris Promenade 2. I think this is Paris Promenade 2, this is Paris Promenade 1. Okay then. I'm sorry I keep getting this messed up. I'm very, very sorry. I should have had this mainly set up and looked at a little bit more. I think everything else is normal though. So I'm just going to count this as Paris Promenade 2. And I think that I really love the original. I'll talk about that in a second. The second one is just meh. I don't really remember it too much. But I'm going to give this one a strong B because of that. I don't really remember it. And I remember it not being as fun as the original, but it's still a good track because I love the music and I love Paris a lot, so it's still good. Paris Promenade 1, we're putting that all the way to S tier. I love this track a lot, as I already said. I've speaked about it during the anniversary tour reaction, and I just absolutely love this track. This track is just amazing. It better return next tour, or at least very coming soon tours. I'd love to see it come back very soon. I'd love to see a third track to it. Maybe even come in February. So I'm hoping it comes very soon. This track is just amazing. So now what we've got up is Remix Choco Mountain 1. Now this is the track that I actually don't like too much. It's not very good in my opinion. I'm just going to give it a D. I'm sorry. I just do not like this track at all. Remix version of it, it's just... I just don't like it at all. Like, it's just so, like... meh. I mean, I like jumping on it, but it's just not good in my opinion. I just don't like it, and I don't really know why. So we got Remix Mario Circuit 1, I think, next. I'm gonna give this one a strong B too. It's not good, but it's not bad. And I like that remix version because it reminds me of like the old Mario like 2D games because of the blocks that are everywhere and the piranha plants lay on top of the blocks. That's what makes this track very fun. Just Choco Mountain 1 remix, I just don't like at all. So next up, we have got Tokyo Blur 2. I think that's what that one was, because we got Tokyo Blur 1 and then 3 and 2. So Tokyo Blur 2, this one is actually not that bad. I actually think it's better than the third and first. That's pretty weird to say, but no, I actually really like the second one a lot, so I'm going to give this one a strong A. It's a pretty good, fun city track, and I actually think it's the better version of 1 and 2. And the third one is sadly very, very short. It might even be shorter than New York Minute 3, but it's very fun because you get like to go up like on this highway, and that's what I really love. I love those kinds of racing games that have a track that goes up through a highway. It's very fun. So I'm going to give this one a strong A too. It's pretty fun. Tokyo Blur 1, I'm going to have to give this one actually a B. I'm very sorry, Tokyo Blur 1, but honestly, just don't really like the original as much as the third and second. They are actually a little bit better. I don't know. I'm just going crazy right now, you guys probably think. But no, the second and third, I honestly think is really much better than the original. Next up, we've got Vancouver Velocity. This one, you don't even need to talk about. Like, this one just needs to go straight up to S. You guys already know. Music, beauty, Vancouver, everything. Everything about it is just so beautiful. I'm so speechless about the track still. I don't know why there's not a second track to this, but it better be here next tour, or at least in January. I'll be fine with that. So that track is just immediately going to S. It's not even going to be talked about. Airship Fortress, another amazing track from the DS, all the way up to S. Just love the remake and tour. Has lava surrounding it now, even though it kind of ruins the purpose of being like airship in the fortress up high, like the DS version and the Mario Kart 7 variants. But yeah, Airship Fortress I actually really do love a lot. It gives me so much nostalgia. I just love it from the DS. It's my most favorite track from the DS. So that's all I have to say about Airship Fortress. Next up, we've got Bowser Castle 1. And this track is just, it's just okay. I'm just going to put that in B. It's an okay track. It's just, it's not as good as the second. The second is much better. So on to the second, and the second is definitely A. And the A1 is just good because it has these jump boosts, and I actually love that part in this track. And I love how there's actually a little bit more thwomps and a little bit more challenging turns to do. So that's why I love this one a little bit more than the first. The first I couldn't really talk about too much. The second one is just like something I just love. It's not fully good because it still is pretty short as the original. But yeah, everything else about it is good, just like how Near Minute 3 was. So that's why it's in the A rank. Next up, we've got Cheep Cheep Lagoon from the 3DS. And this track is pretty medium for like the short and long track kind of thing, but it feels a little bit short. Honestly, I just don't really like this Mario Kart water track that much. I have to put it at C. I know a lot of people are going to hate me putting it at C, but honestly, my opinion, and I just really don't care about this track that much. Other water tracks are much better, like Koopa Cape is definitely much better. And I can't think of any other water tracks. Water Park is much better from Mario Kart 8. So yeah, I really just don't like this one at all too much. But it's not bad as Remix Chocolate Island 1. Ugh, I just hate that track. Chocolate Island 1 is definitely not as better as the remix version, but it's definitely better than the remix version. I don't know why. I just kind of like this one more. It just feels easier to control. Remix version of Chocolate Island 1 is just way too hard to control, especially in Mario Kart Tour. If it was in a different Mario Kart game, I think I would rank it up at least to B. That's how much better it would be. But it's not good for me in Mario Kart Tour. It's way too hard. Chocolate Island 2. Now this one's actually pretty good too. I'm gonna have to put that in a B rank. It's pretty good because they added a glider section since it hasn't been remade since Mario Kart DS. So it has a glider section, it has this huge mud area, and it makes it a little bit harder for you to slip and slide. And it's a lot of fun to do. There's lots of glider sections, and it's just generally a lot of fun because you get to go on these boost sections to get past the mud, kind of like in Luigi's Mansion. So that's why I honestly think this track is really good, more than the first. So the second track is definitely really good. I could even put it up to A if I wanted to, but it is kind of, it's the next track and it's just kind of blend. So yeah. Choco Mountain is next. This one is definitely going all the way to S tier. With the remake of it, since it hasn't returned since MKDS, it's really beautiful, and the music is outstanding as always, and it's just so mysterious. Like, I love the mist with it. Like, it's so good. Like, the fogness of just blocking around everywhere. It's so beautiful. Like, no joke. It's so beautiful. In the remake area where you have to go inside of the cave, that's really, really good. Like, that's honestly really good. And I love the whole layout of the track. Like, it's so much better than the original. I mean, the original's still good. I love going back to that track. But the remake version in Tour is just outstanding. Like, I just absolutely love it. 3DS Daisy Hills. Yeah, I don't really like this track oftenly too much. It's just kind of boring. Like, it's just so long. But it's at the same time, it's not horrible for it to be a D. It's just not as fun. I could even put it up to B if I wanted to, but no, this one's just not as fun. I mean, all these tracks on this list I honestly love a lot, besides Remix Chocolate Island 1. But yeah, this one's just not as good as compared to the other city tracks and like the other retro tracks that are in this game. So yeah, that's why I have to put this one at C. Dino Dino Jungle is pretty good. I'm gonna have to give that one an A. This one's really good. It's just nothing really huge differently happened in this track compared to other tracks. I always loved this track a lot. I'm glad it returned in Tour. Just love the music, like the like that music. I love that music a lot. So yeah, that's why it's up to A. DK Pass. Voice crack. I was trying to go. Yep, it's going up to A2. So yeah, this track I love a lot. My second most favorite snow track, but it's just gonna go in A. It's a little hard to control in Tour, but honestly, I still like it, no matter what it is. It's missing like the fogginess that Mario Kart 7's version of DK Pass had. That's why I love that one a little bit more, and that one would definitely go to S. But this version just kind of felt like it was a little bit of a downgrade, not too much though. I just missed the fogginess because it made it look more of like a huge mountain that you had to go up to. I just missed that from Mario Kart 7. But this game is fine, obviously. I love DK Pass a lot. The music is good too. So yeah. Donut Plains 1. This one, sadly, just isn't that fun at all. Like, I don't know what's the deal with it. I just don't really like it oftenly too much. It's kind of boring, and there's nothing that really goes on in the track at all. Like, literally nothing. It's actually worse than the Mario Circuits. Mario Circuits aren't really that bad from the SNES, but Donut Plains 1 is just kind of boring. The music is outstanding, though, but the track is just meh in this game. Like, it's not very fun to go through. I don't really oftenly go back to this track whenever it's in a tour. Frappe Snowland is another A rank. It's a really good track, really good music, and there's nothing really else I could say about it. It does kind of look a little bit bland in the other games, but in Tour, it looks much better. That's all I've got to say about that track. Ghost Valley 1 is probably one of my most favorite SNES tracks in the SNES. I'm going to give that one a strong B. It's very fun. It's just very mysterious. It is short, but that's what makes the Ghost Valleys very special, is that they're shorter than the other tracks, and they're spoopy with all the ghosts around. Like, that's fun. I don't think they've ever done that ever since Luigi's Mansion. But yeah, this track is a lot of fun with all the ghosts just hovering around everywhere, just like in the second Ghost Valley. I love the second Ghost Valley even more. But yeah, Ghost Valley 1 is still really good, and it has that little shortcut as you can see right there. So that's what still makes it really good. I think this is Calamari Desert, the original. This one has to go in the C rank, I guess. It's not bad. Like, I'm honestly gonna be honest. It's not bad, but it's not as good as like the second track, in my opinion. It's one of those tracks that's just kind of bland. Donut Plains 1 demonstrates that. But it's a little bit better because there's jump boosts instead of Donut Plains 1 having no jump boosts at all. So it has like mini jump boosts in the little ways, and then there's coins, lots of coins actually wandering around. And then you have to jump over the train at one section, so that's why it's a little bit more above than Donut Plains. Koopa Troopa Beach 2. This one I have to give a strong B to. This one's probably my most favorite SNES track in out of any of the SNES tracks. So all I have to say about this track is that it has really good music, and the Seaside Shore just makes it very, very good. So yeah, Koopa Troopa Beach, the original. Now I know this is Sammy D's from Kart Life's favorite track. I'm pretty sure. Don't yell at me in the comments, Sammy D. Just don't, please don't. So Koopa Troopa Beach is a really good track. I'm gonna have to give that one a strong A. He would probably hate me because he probably wants that at S rank. So, but I don't like this one as much. But this track is really good with like the outstanding music and the outstanding like. I don't really know what to say about this track. It's just good. Like, it's a very good track. I would definitely return to it plenty of times. So that's all I really have to say about it. It's nothing really like, I don't hate this track at all, but there's nothing for me to really say about it compared to the other beach tracks. So next up we've got Luigi's Mansion from the DS. This track is really good, but it's been overused way too many times. That's why I'm going to give it down to a B. I actually I used to be scared of this track when I was a kid, when I used to play Mario Kart DS. I don't know why I got scared of this track so much. I think it was because of the trees at the ending. The actual Luigi's Mansion area didn't scare me too much, but the trees at the end really did scare me. But this track I feel like has been overused way too much, and in Tour it's just not as good, but it's still fun. So that's all I gotta say about that one. Mario Circuit 1, I'm gonna have to give this one a strong C. I don't really like this one oftenly too much. There's nothing that really goes on. It's very short, so that's all I've got to say about that one. Mario Circuit 2 is definitely better, but not as good. But it has the glider section at the end, and then it has like a mini jump boost you can trick off of, which makes this track one of the better circuit tracks from the SNES. So that's why I like it, because it uses the Mario Kart 7 variation of it. So that's why I think this track is definitely way more better than the original. So, I mean, the original is what made Mario Kart started, but it's, in honest opinions, like I know some of you probably would agree with this one, it's just not fun to go back to compared to the other tracks that are in this game that everyone would definitely be going back to a lot. So next up we've got Mario Circuit from Mario Kart 7. Now this one I actually do think is pretty fun. It's one of the better Mario Circuits from any game. Gotta say this one's pretty good too. This one is really good actually, but nothing too much to be said besides you get to drive inside of a castle and go up a swirly swoo. And then you get to trick off like the pipes at the end, and then you go inside of an actual pipe for a little bit. So yeah, that's why this one's really good. This one's really good actually. Mario Circuit 3, the nostalgia from Mario Kart Wii, definitely gonna go up to A rank. Probably the best SNES track in the game. I know I did say Koopa Troopa Beach 2 was pretty good, but Mario Circuit 3 I just absolutely love a lot. The turns that you go through, like the section at the end where you just have that one little boost, that always cursed it in Mario Kart Wii. My parents and my brothers and sisters would always beat me. Nostalgia, I just love that track a lot. Neo Bowser City. This track is really good, but in Tour, it just kind of makes it frustrating because the bots are so horrible, but in general, the track itself is really good, so I'm going to have to give this one a strong B too. I mean, it's fun, but the bots just ruin it, that's why it's down here, and this track is a really good Bowser track. So it's one of those tracks that I would definitely be returning to, only in multiplayer, not in like single player, unless if it's in ranked. Then I would have to go back to it, but for now it's just not fun to go back to in single player like on its own. So yeah, 3DS Rainbow Road, this one's going all the way straight to S tier. One of the best Rainbow Roads in my opinion. It's in the top 3 for me, but not the fully best one. It's in the 3rd slot. This track is really good. Nothing else I can really say about it. You get to go around planets. You even get to go on a planet. There's chain jumps rolling around that planet. The music changes when you get onto the planet. It has that star kind of area, kind of like in Mario Kart Wii's Rainbow Road. That's why this track is really good. The music is outstanding. Probably the best Rainbow Road music in my opinion. And then we've got SNES Rainbow Road, which is it's just not fun. Like, it's really just not fun at all. I mean, it is definitely better than like the D-ranked tracks, but at the same time, it's just like, it's just meh. It's just meh. So, Rock Mountain, this track is really good. The music's outstanding as always. Every Mario Kart music is just really good. This one has to go to A rank too. This one I honestly think is really good. And I just love the swirls that are around the track. You're very, very high above the mountains, so this one's really good too. Next up, we've got Rosalinda's Ice World, which just recently came to the game throughout this tour. My honest opinions about it, it has the same problem with Neo Bowser City, so it's going to go to B rank. Otherwise, this one would probably go to A rank. But the problem with this one is that the bots ruin it, and the bots are actually probably even worse than Neo Bowser City's boss. I don't know what they're doing with these tracks, like recently, but they've been putting the bots way harder on these tracks than what they should be like. And every other track in the game doesn't really have 2 hard bosses besides Neo Bowser City. So, Royal Raceway is the same problem, putting that to B rank. This one is probably just going to stay at B rank anyway. I don't really like this Raceway track that much, but it's not horrible. So, it's always a track that I would actually have fun going back to in multiplayer. But at the same time, it has the problem with, like, the Rosalinda's Ice World and Neo Bowser City, as my experience I've seen, and that the bots have just been upgraded and way too hard. I don't know what's the deal with that once again. But yeah, Shy Guy Bazaar is pretty fun. I have to give this one a strong B. It's not fully there to A, it's almost there, because I just love this track. It's one of my most favorite tracks on the 3DS. It's just okay. That's all I have to say about that one. Sunset Wilds in here is just wow. It's just wild. Wow. So yeah, that track is outstanding in Tour. It got rid of that one section a little bit, but this track is just fun to go back to. The mudslide, kind of like in Choco Island 2, is just making this track really good. Toad Circuit from 3DS. Gonna give this one a strong A. It's pretty fun, but not the best circuit track. Yeah. And this one, honestly, is just really fun to go back to. I just love going back through that glider section that happens in lap 2. And it just reminds me of Mario Kart Wii's version of Luigi Circuit a little bit. Like, towards the end part, like in the Mirror Cup of Mario Kart Wii's Luigi Circuit. It kind of reminds me of that section. Wow, I cannot talk. Okay, I think I'm back to normal. Then I'll like 1, D. Just boring, circle, nothing. That's all I have to talk about. Not even to go close to even talking about that track. That track is just so boring. It's not fun. Waluigi Pinball. Yep, Waluigi Pinball is S. We already know that. Everyone loves this track. I honestly love this track too. And just outstanding music. The track itself is just so genius. Like, the Waluigi's Pinball, like a pinball machine that you literally drive on with the pinball is following you around all the time. That's what makes this track really good. It's honestly really good. Yoshi Circuit. Now this track's been overused a lot. It's why it's going to go to B rank along with Luigi's Mansion. This track has just been used way too much. Way too much recently especially. But this track is still fun to go to. Okay, I'll stop. I'm not going to keep singing. This track is just very fun, and it's very genius too. It's literally a Yoshi, and you drive around it, and surprisingly it works very well. So that's why this one goes to B. Maple Trio Ice is going all the way to S. You guys already know. Wiggler's in it, obviously, so that's why it has to go up here. It's a Mario Kart Wii track. It's really good. It's so beautiful in Tour. Nostalgia. Half pipes are in this track. Like, seriously, it's just really good. London Loop 2. I've got to say, this one's not as fun, but it's definitely not going to go all the way to B, though. I mean, it's a really good track. Like, it's a little bit better than the original, in my opinion. I don't remember it too much, but yeah, it's still fun. That's all I've got to say about that one. New York Minute 2, I honestly really like this one a lot too. It's going to go all the way to A. It's really fun to go back to. That glider section towards the end is just good enough. It's just really, really good. It's a really good track that I would definitely revisit. Remix Rainbow Road 1, it's just not as good. Like, it's just so boring. I mean, the flying section makes it really fun, but it's just not as good as the other tracks that are included on this list. It's just, I don't know. I don't know why. I just don't like it as much for some reason. So this is all the tracks ranked. Hope you guys did enjoy today. And I'm going to be zooming it in so you guys can see this one a little bit better. So thank you all so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video, comment down below if you'd like to see this list and if you'd like to see more ranking videos. Like maybe next time I'll rank all drivers. I haven't decided yet. I might even do that next week. So make sure to comment down below if you guys even sticked around for this part of the video. And make sure to give me your opinions down below. And make sure to join my Discord server, follow me on Twitter. Send me a friend code if you want to in Mario Kart Tour. It's all going to be down in the description and all going to be down in the comments below. So thank you all so much for watching. See you all in the next Mario Kart Tour video or whatever video I do next. Bye-bye.